Hey. This is Dr. Dwain Woode. That's Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your life and your health. Avoid complications, go to the next level. We're creating the life we've always wanted, and we are living limitless lives. I want to help you to have success in your health, just like you're having success in all the other areas of your life, so you can show up for those things that are so important, the connections, the family, the friends, and all those dreams that you've been pouring into. You don't need superhuman strength. What you need is a strategy you can trust. You need a plan you can follow, and you need encouragement and determination to show up and keep going every time. And that's what we're doing right now as we are in our fast. Oh man, yes, today, right now, 48 hours into this week's fast. And so I'm excited that I get to come and hang out with you, see what's been going on in your lives, hear what's been happening with your fasting experiences as we move throughout the rest of our fasting for this week. Whatever platform you're on, wherever you're joining us from, I want to welcome you. And whatever city, state, town, village, country, even that you're in, go ahead and drop that in the comments because we want to say hello and we want to say welcome to you. And then a special shout out to our accelerator members who are joining us. Thank you for coming through and thank you for hanging out with us. So, what are we doing, y'all? Hey, we are what? We're 48 hours into this week's fast and moving into our 72-hour fast coming up tomorrow, our check-in as we break the fast. For those of you right now who are ending the fast, you started yesterday, and right now you're breaking the fast with us. Kudos to you. Congratulations. Bells and whistles and streamers and balloons and rockets are going off everywhere to help you celebrate what you're doing right now for your health. This is an amazing thing that you've done. You've made a decision that you're going to be healthy, and you've taken the step to do that. So we're talking about fasting this week. We are talking about resilience, right? That ability to bounce back and to absorb what life brings to us. And an interesting thing that's about to happen here in just a few days is, yeah, we're getting ready to get into that season, the holiday season. And when we get into the holidays, often people will have a lot of anxiety surrounding the holidays. So as we're fasting right now, I want to give you some concepts and some ideas that I want you to take into not just what's happening next week, but actually what's happening for the rest of our year, right? Because we're in that season now. You're having office parties, birthday parties, you're having Christmas parties, Thanksgiving parties. People are just celebrating. We're going to have New Year's coming up here pretty soon. What does that mean for our metabolism? So we're going to spend some time talking about that. If you've not watched the video where you saw what I ate for the last time before we got into this week's fast, you want to make sure you go ahead and watch that. It's in this week's videos in that playlist that you see there on the channel. And then tomorrow, when you come back, we will have the complete review of fasting where we talk about how to prepare for the fast, how to get through the fast successfully, and then, of course, how to break the fast. Okay. So now, 48 hours, which is where we are right now, right? Something amazing is happening. We've talked about the transition. Tonight, we're going to be talking about adaptation, those things that the body's going through. But what does that mean health wise? Right, we're going to start there. What does that mean for us as we move into the holidays that are coming up? Holidays can be a very stressful time for a lot of people, not just when it comes to health, but there are a lot of emotions surrounding holidays. And holidays are the times when sometimes we'll sit and we'll have some regrets about the past. You know, you've planned to do some things this year that didn't quite go the way you thought they were going to go. That happens. Can I put my hand up? You had someone in your life last year who is no longer in your life um, because of a relationship issue, and this can be devastating. There is someone who was in your life either last year or years before, or you're remembering someone that has passed. And all of those things come up around this time because we're used to celebrating, we're used to being connected, we're used to being in the space with those people. And as we talk about health, that can have a profound effect on what happens as we move through these next several months. And so I want to say to you right now, I want you to say, I want you to think this, I want you to begin incorporating that into yourself, is that you are enough. You are adequate just like you are. I want to pause and I want that to sink in. Just like you are right now, you are enough. You are adequate. That means that in your space, you are allowed to feel the emotions that come along with this season. Mm, mm, mm. What does that mean? That means that you are allowed to be sad. You're allowed to be angry. You're allowed to be frustrated. You're allowed to have some joyous and some happy memories. Whatever the emotion is that goes along with this period, you're allowed to do that. No one can tell you that you can't feel what you feel. And so I first want to affirm that you're not broken, you're not damaged, that you are adequate, and that you're sufficient in yourself. This time of the year has a unique way of making us go inside, and sometimes the hardest critic for ourselves is ourselves. Okay, well, why couldn't I do that? Why didn't I get over that? Why did I think that? Why did I allow that? And so we begin processing all of that. So the very first thing I want you to know is, as we're moving through the season, is you're sufficient just like you are. And if that is the case, that I'm sufficient just like I am, that means that the things that are around me add to me. I don't have to be anything different than what I am. Come on. I don't have to put on. I don't have to pretend. I don't have to act like. I don't have to I don't have to change what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, how I am right now. Okay? Now, going into the holidays is supposed to be a joyous time. It's supposed to be a time for connection, and it's time for us to relate to other people, and for us to have all those memories and those thoughts and those feelings and those, right. And I want you to understand this, and I want you to begin practicing this. I want you to tell yourself that I am right now okay. I am at this moment okay. I can't speak for the last moment. I can't speak for the next moment, but at this moment right now, I'm okay. And that goes with me. This moment that I'm feeling, this moment of being okay, even though there may be some turmoil in my mind, even though there may be some depression, even though there may be some anxiety, even though there may be some frustration, I am okay. And I can take that okayness with me into the next moment, and into the next moment, and into the next moment, because I'm sufficient in myself. I'm sufficient as I am. And the connections that we make and the things that we experience during the holidays, that is really the point. As we think about Thanksgiving, this morning I did a video for a group that I'm working with on gratitude. And gratitude does not mean that I am pleased with everything that's around me. Mm-mm. As a matter of fact, there are some things around me that I for sure don't want to be the way they are. But gratitude simply says that I am thankful. Maybe not for this situation, but I'm thankful. I'm thankful that I'm alive. I'm thankful that I'm sufficient. I'm thankful that I'm adequate. I'm thankful that I have the ability to feel even some of those emotions that are tugging at me. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I get to talk with you, that I'm grateful that I get to be in this community. I'm grateful that I get to fast, that I have a choice. So number one, as you're going through this, you're adequate. Number two, I am okay. I get to feel, I get to experience the things that I experience. And number three, I don't have to be happy about the situation. I don't have to be happy about the thing, but I'm still grateful that I'm here. I'm grateful for who I am. And I get to take that with me as I move through the next moment. And so as we're talking about fasting, fasting is not designed to be punishment. Fasting is designed to be a tool. And just like you pick a tool up and you put it down, same thing here. People say to me, well, are you going to fast during the holiday? I am going to fast through the holiday because it is what I do. It is who I am. My fasting may look a little different. We may push the days up a little bit, right? Right? You understand? So, but I'm fasting. So that does not go away. That is one of my non-negotiables. And so your structure that you've created, we've been talking about our blueprint series, the structure that you've created takes you through the holidays. It is not your willing it. It is not your white knuckling it. It is not your inner fortitude. It is not your strength, but it is the structure that you've created that takes you through the holidays. And so, what I hear often, people will say, well, I'm going to do da da da, and then I'll make up for it afterwards. Or I'll go do what I'm doing, and then I'll fast to recover later. That's not what we want. Make a decision on how you're going to approach the holidays, on your routine, on your thought process, on the emotions that are going to come. Like we just talked about, there are a lot of things that are coming, y'all. And if you remember our heat model, one of the primary things that pushes our buttons is the emotions. Remember, habits, emotions, access, and taste. So fasting, once again, is not designed to be punishment. It is a tool. And I get to use the tool. I get to use the tool gratefully, joyously. I get to step into this on my terms. I'm not allowing the situation, I'm not allowing other people to make that decision for me. In fact, that's the limitless living method. It says I'm not allowing anything from outside or anything from inside to change me, to prevent me from doing what I need to do to be successful. Whether that is a person, a interaction, a relationship that's strained, a relationship that has ended. I'm not allowing anything from inside. Any regrets, any sadness, any remorse, any unrecognized or undealt with thought processes, any behavior or procedure or structures that I've not acknowledged and improved. I'm not letting that stop me. I'm showing up with my best self always because I'm adequate. I'm showing up with my best health because that's what I got that I'm protecting. And I'm showing up with my best plans, which means I've got to prepare for where I'm heading, for where I'm going for the season. And I'm going to be successful. So the holidays are a time for connection, a time for reminiscing, a time for reconnecting, a time for us to come aside and have joy. And there may be some people watching even right now that are thinking to yourself, man, how can I have joy when all that's going on around me or in me or right? You're thinking that. And remember, I want to do the way you do that is remember that gratitude doesn't mean that I'm happy with the situation, but I'm still joyous. It doesn't mean I like where I am, but I still have joy. Nobody can take that away from me. And as we move through the next several weeks, we'll be talking more as we get into this season, as we enjoy the season, and as we give you some practical tips on how to move through this space. So number one, this is your first tip, right? This is your first tip. Show up. Show up with your best self, your best health, and your best plans. And if you do that, you're more likely to get through the season successfully and come out on the other side and look back and say, okay, yeah, that was good. It wasn't perfect, but that was good. Hey, I'm Dr. Dwain Woode. That's Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health and your life, avoid complications, go to the next level. We're creating the life we've always wanted, and we are living limitless lives. And the limitless living method says that I am showing up with my best self. I am showing up with my best health, and I am showing up with my best plans. Hey, everybody, have a great one. We want you to be around for all the things that you are so connected to or so important to you. We want you to have the success here in your health, just like you're having in other places. So you can be there for the family, for the friends, and for those dreams that you're pouring into. Remember, you don't need superhuman power. You don't need superhuman strength, I should say. What you need is a strategy you can trust. You need a plan you can follow. And you need the support and the encouragement and the determination to keep showing up and to keep doing what you need to do to be successful. Thank you for being here. We'll see you in our check-in. Make sure you join us tonight for our 56-hour check-in at 9 p.m. Central right here on the channel.